I'm a feminist and political activist from Albania. And I was listening very attentively to the discussion, and thank you about it. Um, it was very interesting to me, this strategy, like the online strategy to help women via the hashtag Io resto a casa ma and 1522. Like that had never occurred. That had never occurred to me. Like we could use the same thing here. Also, because a huge problem is the fact that the majority of the women who are being violated, there are two problems here. Like first of all, they're controlled all the time, and some of them, they don't even have the freedom or the chance to access social media. Second of all, like most of these women, they don't have access to internet because of poverty. And I'm referring here to different cities or villages outside of the capital, like outside of Tirana, which makes it very challenging in this condition to try to reach these women and try to provide help. I know that in Albania right now, some feminist activists, they have created this Facebook page and this online platform where they have given a number where these women, can call or, like they can seek help. But nevertheless, this is very difficult. And this is not just difficult for women, but this is also difficult for LGBT community, because in this situation of isolation, there are also many LGBT people who who risk of being violated in their own families or being abused, and it's difficult for them to seek help or to seek a shelter. Including here also, like their sexual orientation or their gender, identification in a society that is very patriarchal, and it is also very violent. And another category which is also being violated, maybe not necessarily, it's not like necessarily enduring domestic violence, but it's enduring violence of another type. It's women worker in Albania. I'm talking specifically about the cheap labor that it's being made here. Like we have these shoe factories where women are working, like the majority of these workers are women, and they're producing shoes for first world countries. And no longer than today, we have like 67 cases only in one city, which is risking all of the city with COVID-19 because these factories continue to work. So I don't know, like there's like, I just made like a very messy comment here, but beyond that, I also had a question to the participants. In the case where there is a difficulty to try to reach these women via the internet because of the reason that I just mentioned, what could be another way that we can be useful in this situation? Like that to me is very challenging. Like, how can we try to help women, and how can we try to help people from the LGBT community, like how can we reach them? How can we be in contact with them while we are all isolated? And I'd like to notify everybody that in Albania, the safety measures are even more harsher than in Italy.